time to shake them off. Welcome to Wake Up Happy Sis, the show that jumpstarts your day with a bang. We're strolling down these self-care streets as we navigate the maze of wellness and healing. We're helping you live happy, healed, and whole. And we do it all with a hearty dose of belly laughs for good measure. Stay tuned and get ready to wake up happy, sis. Hey, boos. Hey, it's your girl, Leanne Dulce, your Chief Self-Love Officer over here at the Wake Up Happy Sis show. We're broadcasting live on KCCR Cityscape Radio, where we're changing the narrative for our people because, as you know, we are always telling our stories our way, and we're unapologetic about it, right? So today's episode is called Squad Goals, and we're talking about building a tribe that empowers. It's all about curating a circle that really is meant to lift you higher. Now, with International Day of Friendship tomorrow, that's right around the corner, babies, right? We're going to dive into how to attract your soul tribe and to watch your life soar. So, as always, I need you to grab your favorite mug of whatever, but make sure it's filled with love. And let's get ready to rise and shine. Together with my fabulous co-host, y'all know who I'm talking about, Sharon DeCelie. We're here to inspire, empower, and celebrate you. So you want to stay with us because we have a transformative discussion. Hopefully that's going to leave you feeling connected, empowered, and ready to conquer the world because you're going to have your tribe, your sisters, maybe some dudes in your tribe too, because we're inclusive here, okay? But we're helping you build that tribe because your tribe is your vibe. It is. Your tribe is your vibe.
I like it.
How are you today?
I am pretty doggone good. I think that humidity out there tried to take all of my life's juices on my walk today.
Yeah, that Texas humidity ain't no joke. Yeah. It's a little overcast here. It wasn't hot when I went outside earlier today. But, I'm still a little...
I can hear it.
Little hint of sickness. It's just, I don't know why I want to hold on this time. Like, let go. Let go of me. But I'm still off of a nice little high coming off of
the pictures, man.
Yes, the Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Sierra, Timberland concert was a whole vibe, a whole mood.
Okay.
Of course, I had that VIP treatment. Yes, Eddie. Yes, Mr. X-Ford. Yes, your tribe is your bot. And I like that little profile picture you got there with that hat. You doing some things with that hat, sir. I see you over there. Okay. Yes, your tribe is your vibe. So you got to make sure you got the right people around you, baby.
Absolutely.
Because if you don't, I feel for you because it can really affect everything that goes on in your world. When your vibe, your tribe is off, you're not feeling good. You don't have people that lift you up. You feel like you are that extra friend on the fringe of the friend circle. It's different when you have people who celebrate you, people who chin check you when you need it, but people who also pick you up when you feel like you can't even take another step and you've been knocked down so many times, right?
Get right back on up.
Get right back on up, baby. But that's what we're talking about today. Right. So before we get jumping into that, what'd you do this weekend? You know what I did. I went to the concert.
Well, we stayed home, and it was like torrential rain going on out there. I'm gonna start calling my dog Rain Man because this dude, man. So we let him out when it wasn't raining. It just happened to start raining, and normally his bitch ass be trying to bark and stuff. But no, like, hey, wait, it's raining. We look outside, and Prince is just, I said, come here. He's like, who, me?
You tell me?
And the same thing. And his dad was like, get in this house. Like, who, me? So we were just, drying off the dog this weekend and stuff because, in between rain and stuff
I
like that.
mean, look, he said, I don't know what the problem is. I'm out here, I'm living my best life. Why are y'all see you guys as his tribe were not his vibe. You were not his vibe this weekend. Because his vibe was being out in that rain and living his best life. He couldn't have got more wet. You should just let him stay out there when he was ready to come inside. Then you dry him off.
No, we're gonna bring him over to your house, seeing as how you missing Ollie and have forgotten some of your dog parent techniques and everything. We're
Ollie
gonna bring
don't
him
like
over
the
to your house.
rain, so we don't have the same experience. Ollie don't like the rain. He's bougie, and it rains. He's like, you want me to get wet? That ground is that wet. That grass. Wipe it. It's dirty and it's wet. Ollie is a whole different creature. See, it's
It's
different.
true. Same species, but different creature.
Right. Ollie's like, I don't do the
I
wet.
don't really have to go to the bathroom
He
that bad.
don't gotta go that bad. He'd be like, I could hold it a little bit longer. Let's wait it out. Your dog was like, it's raining for me.
This is
I'm
true.
singing in the rain. They had this when I was watching this one clip, and it's starting to rain, but it's also starting to thunderstorm. Now the woman got like 4 or 5 dogs,
Mm-hmm.
calling all the dogs in. And they're all now, first off, they all just sitting in the yard like, okay. She's like, it's starting to thunderstorm, y'all. Come on in. And she got to coax the first 4. The last one, he was like, what I
You
ain't.
gotta come get me, right?
Yeah, he's like, what I ain't doing is coming in there. She sat out there for a good 5, 6 minutes trying to coax him to come in the house. Oh, look, Disney 66 said if she had a dog, her dog would truly be bougie also. Oh, yes, my dog is very bougie. He's very bougie. My daughter, he's up staying with my daughter and my grandson right now. And my daughter's like, I had to chase your dog down the street. I told you, do not trust him.
He's a runner.
He's a runner. He's a track star. Okay, hold up, Disney chick. Let me see what you got. You got some good things in your mug. In Disney chick 66 mug today. She got some lemon juice, some plant protein powder, some turmeric, collagen powder, honey, and purified water. Okay. Now, normally in my mug, I would have either my water, just my regular water, some tea, because I do love my tea. Now, my tea when I'm sick is a different kind of blend. Okay. And then we're gonna get jumped into the show. But my sick blend is elderberry tea. I'll do the elderberry immunity tea, right? Um, and then I also put organic garlic, ginger, honey, lemon. When I'm feeling real spicy, you put a little cayenne pepper in there. Um, mm-hmm. But I need to start adding some turmeric into mine. But if I'm doing my my smoothie, I definitely have the collagen powder. I have my greens. I've got some protein powder, but I think I do need to get a plant-based protein powder.
Absolutely.
But it's so sweet. The protein powder I have is sweet, and
Mm.
I'm not on the sweet thing. So I got to get a different because it's like a vanilla something. And I got to get one that doesn't have a flavor, I think.
Try the Owen OWYN brand
Okay.
of plant-based protein.
Okay. 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 We're going to try it. We're going to try it. You had a dog like that too, sweetie love? A bougie dog? Or you had a dog that want to stay outside? Like when I first got Ollie, he didn't even like when he was a puppy. He hated going outside. He detested it with a passion. I was like,
Mm.
bruh, it's warm out here. It's beautiful. Like you don't want to. He was like, I don't like it.
It's the neck roll for me.
Right? Because he'd be like, you know. And then he runs. And he's so funny when he's about to bolt. You know what he's about to do. because he'll walk over to the end of the yard. Then he'll full stop.
Look back at you.
And as soon as you better not. And for him to be 5 pounds of terror, he is a track star. And now it's a game. Now it's a game.
You might as well go ahead and pin what you call it, put a it's a little contraption you put in your pet that if they run off or get lost, they just read the dog, they wand him and they can see where.
Oh yeah, he's
chip
chipped
him.
and all that. He's chipped and all that.
No.
The problem is not that. He's not gonna go too far, right? He's gonna go up the street, he's gonna run in the neighbor's yard. Like from my house, he's gonna go up and around, you know. He ain't never really went past the sign. I think once he went past the stop sign. And I was like, you know what? I'm going back home. And once he almost got hit by a bus. But when we walk in the morning, we don't have sidewalks here. So when we walk in the morning, he knows to walk we walk in next to the curb, right? So he knows to do that. But he ran like this across the street because he was trying to get away from me. And I was like, you know what? I'm going back home. Eventually you'll show up or you won't.
Man.
But she got too much over there. I was like, I told you, don't trust him. I said, you think he good? I said, because he go for a couple of weeks and he act right. And then he gonna bolt, you know. He gonna act
a leash.
Because she puts him like out in the yard, right? But no, I said, don't trust him. Put him on that leash every time because he's a runner. He's a track star. Okay, let's get into the show. Let's get into the show. So I kind of want to start by before we dive into how do I find my tribe? How do I know if the people that are in my circle are my tribe? I want to talk about the impact of having that tribe, of having a supportive network. Okay. Now, social support is super important for your mental health, right?
Yep.
Because it helps buffer against stress, because it provides that emotional comfort and practical assistance when you're one having challenging times. Hey, Tanya Boo.
Hey,
good
girl.
morning. Good morning. Good morning. Right? Now, according to the American Psychological Association, because you know I like to give y'all a little bit of facts and figures, individuals with strong social networks have lower levels of depression and anxiety. Now, engaging in meaningful conversations and activities with friends can release endorphins, the body's natural stress reliever. That's why when you get around your good girlfriends or your homeboys, your people, your real crew, you're just like, Sometimes it's just that release that you need from that end of that day, because you know you're going to laugh, you might have some tears, you're going to have some good food, some drinks, whatever it is that your group of people do.
I do miss my friends. I don't miss all of the bullshit, but I do miss my friends because they did just that. And you have to go through to get to, because I had came from working for a shitty person and stuff. And so all of the mess that I had, the 6 months I had to go through with this doggone lady. Mm-hmm. And so when I got my promotion and I moved up and moved away, we would have our Monday morning meetings or whatever day it was, but there was always somebody there on the phone. They were calling in, and I had never met. They were on my team, but I had never met them until they came into the office, because she had like I think throat surgery, and she was convalescing when I first started there. And so she and I became like this. And it turned out that she was going through what I had just went through, because my test is her testimony. And so I was able to see that and make the connection. And I would get her up and we would just go walk so I could help her bring her blood pressure down and her attitude down. I could see it. And so I told her that story. She was like, "You're right." Because she was going through, Lord have mercy, she was going through. And so it helps to have somebody that's been through some things and seen some things so they can help you. And So yeah, so like I said, my test is her testimony, and
Yes.
we're like so doggone tight and stuff. So
Oh yeah, I mean it's crucial, right? Like you never know what's going on in people's lives. You never know the stress and the trauma and the pain and the anger, whatever is fueling what they've got going on, right? So we
mhm.
have to be mindful of that at all times. That sometimes your friends need you. Sometimes you are their lifeline and their sole support. You might be that one person, that one phone call, that one word that stops someone from unaliving themselves,
Mm, mm,
right?
mm, mm.
Now, we've talked about suicide. We both have had friends who have committed suicide, right? Close friends,
Yeah.
right? That have committed suicide. Um, so you being that sounding board, being that ear, being that friend. You know, one of my exes and I, we were just talking today, and he was like, you know, I will be the best friend to you that I can, and I'm going to be your friend as long as you allow me to be. You
Mm,
know what I mean? And he 100% believes that, and he means that, right? Of the guys I've dated, he's the only one that has never lied. Like we've always been open and honest. And you need people like that in your life, right? That you can have open and honest communication with. It shouldn't be hard to have conversations with your friends. Now, sometimes it is, because sometimes you have to have those hard conversations with people that you have relationship with, whether they're platonic or romantic, right?
mhm,
But we need those relationships. We need those tribes. We need the people around us. They say you're the sum total of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And if you spend time with ratchetry, with ignorance,
mm.
with people who are unhappy, you know, that seeps in. Now we're not always all every person ain't always happy all the time. Sometimes we have stress and trauma that spills over onto our friends, right? And I've had that. I've been guilty of that. Now, typically, if I'm in any type of relationship, friend or romantic, where I don't understand where we are, I'm a a serious overthinker.
Mm,
So if I don't understand and I'm unclear and I don't feel that I can talk to you about my feelings,
mm.
it's gonna spill over, and I'm gonna just, there's acting out that happens. Now we are all on a journey of healing, hopefully,
Mhm.
and I always strive to be better, right? So, and I'm accountable for my actions. I will apologize to those people because sometimes people will pull away from you because of how you're acting, and they don't realize that it's really a cry for help,
Mm. Wow.
right? Sometimes the people that are acting out of character or they're acting super emotional and you feel like, oh my God, they're just stressed. Do I really want to deal with this person right now? Sometimes that's the one you 100% need to reach out to
Mm,
because they may have a lot of things going on in their life that they just don't feel that they can talk to somebody about,
mm.
or
Yeah.
they don't want to bother you, or they don't feel that they're close enough to you that they can lean on you, or they don't feel that if they lean on you, you're going to be there to help them, right? Because they don't know where they stand in your life.
Hmm.
You're unclear. So that's why we have to have that network, that team, and everybody has to understand where they stand in your life, right?
Mhm.
Now, having that tribe isn't just about your personal life, right? Because it can also influence your career and your personal growth. Because your friends should be offering new perspectives, new and different perspectives, constructive criticism, right? They're gonna give you that chest chuck when hey, Sharonda, you know you was wrong for that, right? We have to have friends that'll tell us that we don't need yes people in our lives, especially not at this age. No.
Hmm.
I need people that are going to tell me the truth, that are going to be open and honest with me. But your friends also can serve as motivation because you see them friends who are out there killing it. You're like, baby, you are motivating me to get my shit together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, I know my friends definitely motivate me to continue my growth journey, to continue the journey in entrepreneurship. Because this thing over here is not for the faint of heart, baby. Mm-mm.
Child, that part.
Okay? Your friends can also, your tribe, your friend, your squad, they can also introduce you to new opportunities and networks. I have a friend, Tyran Jackson, who is always, if Tyran knows somebody I should meet, he gonna connect me. If
Me too.
I know somebody that someone should meet, I always try to connect people, right?
Hmm.
Because that might be their next best opportunity. That might be the one connection they need to have their big glow up, to have that big movement in their business. And if I can help in any way, I feel like I have an obligation to my friends, to those that I love and care for, to help be a part of their successes any way that I can. I may not be able to purchase your services because I may not be your ideal avatar, but I can sure share it. I can sure tell people about it. I can sure connect you with other opportunities of people in like spaces, right?
Yeah.
And if you don't have friends like that, go find you some. Join some professional networking groups and mastermind groups. Join different groups so that you can find people like you, who think like you, who are going in the same direction as you,
Hmm.
so you can have accountability. I've got multiple accountability groups. I'll jump in an accountability group in a minute because different people bring out different things, aspects of your personality, right?
Yeah. But steer clear once you realize that that person that you were so quick to label friend turns in that they starting to leech off of you in some kind of way or take
Mhm.
from you, and they always in that position and never in the giving mode. Like,
Yeah,
how is this so lopsided? Just like in marriage, you're supposed to be equally yoked with your friend. In my mind, you're supposed to be equally yoked with your friend and stuff. If they somebody always calling you and they need something all the time, and they never stop to ask you how you doing. Mm,
right. That's
mm,
an issue. That's a red flag that you should check. If
yep.
you are in friendships where you feel like you're doing all of the giving, you're doing all of the reaching out, you're doing all of the connecting, you're working hard to keep connections with your friends, and they're not reciprocating, then those first, don't automatically just write them off because, again, you don't know what's going on in people's lives.
Hmm.
Have a conversation. The first step is having a healthy adult conversation. If you can't have that with that person, you probably shouldn't be friends with them.
Hmm.
If you can't have an open and honest and frank discussion without it getting heated, without there being hurt feelings, if you can't just talk to your friend, right? You want that. Now, you also get a little bit of emotional resilience, right? And that's really, what is emotional resilience? It's that ability to bounce back from stress and adversity, and having a supportive tribe is really fundamental to building this adversity because your friends, hopefully, are providing a safe space for you to share your vulnerabilities, to receive validation, encouragement, correction. My friends know I will I will vent to them. And sometimes I want a resolution. Sometimes I just need to vent, right? Sometimes you just need to get things off of your heart.
Hmm.
And you don't need someone to help you resolve anything. But my friends are there to help me think through stuff. Like one of my friends, I was having, um, I'm talking to one of my homegirls about um, a friend situation with someone else. And she was like, "Are you sure you're not causing a problem here. She said, because what you're saying, I don't think internally is what you really feel, and you may not realize it. That you have expectations outside of what you're saying. You saying you don't have this, but your actions kind of sound like you do. Right? So your good friends are going to be honest with you, and they're going to help you build up that resilience, because stress, adversity, trauma, pain, hurt, all those things are going to come into your life, period. There's nothing you can do. Okay? Nothing you can do. It's going to come. The rain going to come. But how do we do in the storm? What did I say? What do I say all the time? We head into it. Your friends are going to help you build that, because yes, that storm going to kick your butt sometimes. It's going to knock you a couple steps back. It might knock you down, might hurt you a little bit. But the fastest route through it is actually through it. And your friends are the ones that's going to pick you up, dust you off, take you inside, get you some clean clothes because your clothes all wet and muddy. They're going to help pick you back up and nurse you back to health. They're going to help you with that emotional resilience. And they're going to be the ones say, Leanne, this ain't you. Sharonda, this ain't you. Now let's talk about what's really going on and how we can help you get past this. Right? We need that. Individuals with strong social support have a greater capacity for resilience and recovery. Think about if you've ever been in the hospital and your friends come in, they come in to visit you. That helps in your recovery. That laughter, having that outlook, that positive outlook, starts all your healing stuff starts here.
Absolutely.
And beyond our mental health, strong friendships can also positively impact your physical health. Socially engaged individuals tend to have better cardiovascular health, lower blood pressure, and a reduced risk of chronic illness. Okay? American Heart Association also highlights that social support can lead to healthier lifestyle choices, such as increased physical activity and better diet, which in turn reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. Because you got friends that you walk with, you see your friends getting more physically fit and getting their health and wellness together, that's going to motivate you to get yours together. Right? Even if you don't live in the same state, hey friend, we're going to walk together. Get on the phone and just talk while you guys are having your morning walk. Right?
And
we need those bonds. Huh?
And just get it on out.
Get it out. Right? Now, let me ask you this, Sharon. I'm going to ask you, you've had friends in your life. You've got friends in your life, all kind of friends. So how do you find the right tribe for you? How do I go about finding these right people?
Well, I've been accused of being too friendly sometimes in my former life because I, think that I see the best, I want the best, and I expect the best. I'm not, I don't want to come across any creeps or anything like that if I can help it. But I'm here to help. Like you said, sometimes people might be going through, and a smile is free. Give it away.
Right.
But there could be some people in your friend tribe that you need to start de-weeding, or it's going to happen organically, because once one of you changes station in some kind of way, like retirement or a promotion or whatever have you, you have less in common with your friends. Don't mean that you're not friends. It's just that when you're retired, you don't have the same things that are important to you as somebody that's still in the workforce and stuff.
Yeah.
So our friendship may have been reduced to, a heart on Facebook or something like that. But we both know that we could call each other and stuff if ever anything for whatever or no reason at all and stuff. But how do you? It comes from shared experiences with the same kind of workload, or is my army buddies, we went through stuff together, we came up in the ranks together, we raised our kids together and stuff like that. And so I really and truly don't like pruning back sometimes, because I like to keep all my peoples with me, but
But
somewhere
you don't prune up trees. Sometimes those dead branches
can
start
fall
affecting the rest
on the
of the
roof,
tree.
right?
Yeah.
And so you have to prune back and stuff. And it right now, the most important thing to me is my peace. If I ever find out that you're not about that either, then I'm quick with the scissors, like, because if you call me and it's all about drama with you, and it's never your fault in anything that's going on with you.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to, yeah.
You don't want to take ownership. And so it is my job to protect my peace. And if that means that I might have to slow down hanging out with people, then that's what that means and stuff. Because how can two walk together unless they talk? If you can't talk to each other, then you can't walk together, right?
That's right. And I think for me, when you're looking to find, how do you find their right tribe? I would say start with your values and your interests, right? If you
I
start
agree.
from that place, what's important to you? What are you passionate about? What are you looking to do to learn to grow in what areas of your life, right? And then look for groups or communities that align, right? Go do things that you're passionate about. If you're a crafter, Sharonda and I are both crafters, join some crafters groups, right? So that you have people have who are like-minded, right?
You guys can meet online or in person
That's right.
and do all kind of different crafts, but just being together and talking about what's going on in your world and stuff.
That's right. And if you're somebody who's um, more into professional, go to networking events, join mastermind groups. That's how Sharonda and I met, right? Go to different, you have to be out in the community in order to find like minded people.
Yep.
And out in the community may not mean physically out. You just have to be active and engaged in things that you're passionate about, that you're driven towards, you know?
Yep.
And if you find, and like Sharonda said, once you find that people aren't supportive of your goals, or you feel like every time you share something positive about yourself, they're not cheering, but it's like a happy slap.
Ooh,
What do I call a happy slap?
what in the world is that?
You want to know what a happy slap is?
Yes.
When you share something good about you,
Hey,
and
Martin.
basically the person, it's nice nasty. The
Hmm,
person
I
will
know that
say
word.
something nice, but there's also like a bit of a shade in there.
Mm.
Slap. Like like when people say,
Oh, you
oh,
cute for a little black girl. What?
yeah, 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 yeah. Or like, um, I saw that you got a promotion, but they'll say something negative. Congrats on your little promotion,
Mm.
right? Or they'll be like, you know, it's cool that I would like I admire you that you're an entrepreneur. I just couldn't do it because, and they'll say something slightly negative, but they try to wrap it in this nice comment. A lot of times those people are not your people, because I'm happy for all my friends. Good morning, Martina. Good morning, boo.
Absolutely.
Those people are not your friends. Those people are not your people. They might be jealous of you, you know?
I was told that before, and I found it so hard and disconcerting that people in my circle would actually be you're jealous of me for. I mean, I am no more blessed than you are. You don't get to have more blessings than me. So why I just could not wrap my brain around it.
Oh yeah. Now Antoine over here. Now you know I gotta take my glasses off to see close, so don't y'all judge me, okay? Anton Dansbury, hey boo, that's one of my friends. Said he cut someone off his Facebook for that when they got mad, so you had to cut them off their life. Yes,
Hmm.
yes, yes. Period. Sometimes you have to cut people out because you'll see patterns, you'll see things. Trust me, I'm sure I've been cut out of some people's lives.
Girl, and ain't it the best when you think you friends with somebody and you go on try to Facebook them and you
Baby,
got
they
an
gonna
app?
block you.
I was
Now,
just
I normally don't block people. For me to block you, you had to have done something super extreme. Because what I want you to see is I want you to see all this glow up. I want you to see it. I ain't got no reason to hide but nothing. But yes, sometimes you got to put people out of your life when you see that their goals, not their goals, but their values don't align with your values. If they see that you guys are not sharing equally, you guys are not equally yoked as friends, and that doesn't mean I have to talk to you all day every day. But if I see that you are always out with people, you are always talking to people, you are always sharing and happy for other people, and yet when it comes to me I'm not seeing any
that
of
same
that
energy.
level, I mean, not any of that level. I see little things. Then maybe we're just not the friends that I thought we were. And that's okay. People grow apart
Wait, but why they get mad at you that you don't want to put up with them anymore?
because people want you in their lives the way they want you,
Mm,
right? They want you in their lives so that you're there when they need you, I feel like,
hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
Be my friend. I'm not necessarily going to be your friend.
hmm,
And a lot of times it's because we've let people have that place in our life.
huh.
That's the issue. People are only going to treat you how you allow them to treat you. So if you've gone into and you're an overthinker, you're an overgiver, or you have commitment issues or you have attachment issues, sometimes we give too much. And we give and we give and we give, and we don't want the people to leave. So we give some more in hopes that they will finally see our value. I've been guilty of that, right? Because of
Mm-hmm,
things that I went through when I was young that I didn't even realize were still issues. So once you identify the issue, you must what? Head into that storm and deal with it, right? That's the goal. But sometimes people do that because they're used to you having a place in your life, and at some point they have a sense of entitlement to you.
mm,
They feel entitled to your time, to your because you've made it that way. You've given them the place of importance above yourself in your own life,
huh,
or they feel that way at least.
mm-hmm,
And so when you try to back off and back away, hold up, hold up. I didn't say you could go somewhere.
hmm,
But if you're not someone who's going to stand up for your worth and your value and say, hey, this isn't something that is beneficial, mutually beneficial to both of us.
mm-hmm,
So I've got to step back,
mm-hmm.
right? Sometimes that's what we have to say. We
Yep.
have to be the ones to teach people
How to
how to
treat
treat
us.
us and how to engage in our lives, right?
Yep.
So let's talk about step a little bit more down this rabbit hole, if you will. Now, you first got to know yourself. Remember when I said check your values and your passions and your interests,
Right.
you really have to sit back and reflect on who you are, where you're going, and the type of support that you seek in your friendships.
Yeah.
Every friend isn't going to be the same type of friend. I have these friends that may be my travel friends. I know I can travel with them. We don't have any problem. I may have good friends over here who we talk business, we talk strategy, but we don't talk about a lot about our personal lives. That doesn't mean we're not friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
We talk about our personal lives, we talk about all the things, right?
But
You
but
might have
but
friends over here
but
that
not
you
but not all things are for all people though.
exactly. And we have to know what we want out of each person and what they're going to want out of us so
Mm-hmm.
that we have friendship agreements, if you will, right? I know that these people over here are probably better equipped emotionally, right? These people over here, and you can have different groups of people. I think sometimes we get stuck into thinking every friend got to be friends the same way. We don't.
Hmm.
And I've had to check myself about that. Like, why do I have these expectations of this friend group that I don't have of this friend group?
Hmm.
And I realized it's still about the level of investment that people are putting in on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
So if I feel like, even if I don't talk to you every day, we may still be very close because I know what's going on in your life, you know what's going on in my life. And even if I ain't talk to you in a week or 2 weeks, as soon as we talk, it's like we never stopped talking,
Mm-hmm.
right? That gap just closes. You can not talk to somebody for 2, 3 years and be like, life just been life. But when you get back together and you reconnect with that person, it's like the time didn't even pass. And
Hmm.
then you have those other people in your life that it feels like a struggle. It feels like it's hard. Those may not be your people, and you may be trying to force something.
Mm.
So, if you are the person who feels like you're always putting more into it, then just take a step back
Mm-hmm.
for a minute, be a mirror to what you're getting. So, if they contact you once a week, then you just you're doing a test. These are tests that we do so we can understand where we are in the friendships that we have. Don't contact them and see.
Hmm. That part.
And that's okay to do, right? If you're unclear about certain things, have a conversation with that person. But I like to run my test and then I like to have a conversation, right? I feel like we're not connecting or communicating like we used to, you know, can we just have a discussion? And I need you to be open and honest, and I will be open and honest and receiving of, because if you value that person, if you value that friendship, you're going to work to reconnect and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that you agree with everything they say and everything they do. That's not friendship. That's a yes man.
Hmm.
And we're not looking for those, right? Make sure you're going out and you're participating in things. It is okay to not have every group of friends do all of the same things together.
My son says he keeps his friends friend groups separate
Yeah. I have
because
friends that we go to festivals and stuff like that. I have friends that I travel with. I have friends that are business friends. They don't all have to be the same friends. They may never meet, right? Unless I'm having some big, 60th birthday extravaganza or something where I would invite more of those people and every little group will be invited, right? It's okay to have people with different interests in different communities of friends. And if you want to expand your life in one area, you can go find new friends in that area. And friendship isn't a test of time. You can have you can be closer with somebody you just met with than with people you've known many years,
Yep.
right? So it's okay to go out and seek out new friendships. Um, and it's also okay to step back a little bit from existing ones. Sometimes things have run their course and we're just not ready to accept that, right? And you have to be honest and true with yourself because the person you were last year, the year before, 5 years ago, ain't the same person.
Hmm.
So sometimes your friendships are going to shift and morph too, right? And get in some groups, join some free forums, join some meetup groups.
Yep. And they have them for any and everything. It could be plants, crafting, business, roller skating, anything.
Anything, there's a group out there waiting for you to come and join them, waiting.
Mm,
And then you got to be open and authentic. Be yourself. Don't go in there and present your representative.
mm.
Present your real self.
Because
Let
guess what?
people get to know the real you because you're fucking awesome.
And then too, we are women of certain age. We don't give a damn. Do you hear me? You can get on the train or you can get rolled over. I
That's it.
I don't have the energy to be something that I'm not. I really don't. I
Baby, I don't. I don't. No. Anybody who knows Leanne knows what you see is what you get with me.
girl, all of that part right there.
You may not like certain things. You know, one of my friends doesn't like that I have a potty mouth. That's fine. Because I'm a
It's okay.
stepdad.
Your potty mouth is welcome here, ma'am.
Thank you. You know, and that's okay. So if she don't want to hear it, she'll get off the phone with me. That's fine. I don't feel any kind of way about it, right? It's the same if somebody was super uber religious and the person they're talked to isn't. I'm not going to ask my friend to not be themselves. Why would I do that? I love everything about my friends. Even things I don't like, I love because I love that person.
Yep.
And then you have to actually cultivate these relationships. Relationships should be matched in effort. So you got to invest time, some energy, and some effort into nurturing these relationships. Regular communication, shared experiences, mutual support. Be there for your friends and then be there for you. Call
Hmm.
them, text them. And if you see that you're doing a whole lot of calling and texting and reaching out and it's not being reciprocated, again, start by backing up a little bit and then talk to them and see because they may be going through a lot.
Hey, I'm trying to knock on the doggone camera. That part.
I
Say
love
that
it.
part again. Just if
What?
it is unevenly yoked, y'all, take a step back.
And
Breathe.
evaluate. Sometimes we have to evaluate, right? Sometimes it's not that they don't want to be your friend. It just may be that you guys' time is as being close friends has shifted. And that may not be the season that either one of you are in for this relationship. It doesn't mean that you cut them out all the way. It may mean that you back up, like Sharonda said. We talk, maybe now instead of you guys talking every day, you guys talk a couple of times a month. Doesn't, but you have to do the work and actually look and investigate and then talk to the people. Let them know how you feel, right? Because that's a part of cultivating and nurturing your relationships is
Mm-hmm.
being honest about how you feel. If that person isn't willing or able to accept your feelings, that's a red flag.
or if you're okay. So it was a situation where my friend was doggone encouraging me when they caught wind that I was thinking about going to go get my master's.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, girl, you could do it. You could do it. And then I was like, oh, thank you. Well, you can too. Come on, let's go do this together. Oh no, I ain't about that. Like, huh?
Yeah.
So so it's okay for you to hype me up to go and better myself, but you don't want to better yourself? Say
That's not, I don't think that's fair. Everybody isn't made for that same path. That was your path. That doesn't mean that
But
they
how
don't
did
want
we
to
know
better
it was
themselves.
my path? We didn't know it was my path.
Obviously, you brought it up.
I said she caught wind that I was thinking about going back to school.
Exactly. Exactly. You were thinking about it. That made it
Yeah.
your path. She
Yeah.
wasn't thinking about it. So you
But
can't be mad at her that she's not like, come on, I'm going to do it too. No, I don't have any desire. I hated college or whatever.
But she was steadily complaining about where she was in her life. I was like, but won't education help you demand more?
You can't want what people don't want for them.
Well,
You
that part,
can't
I
drag
can't
her
want it more than
along,
you.
right? You couldn't drag her along. If when she ready, she would say, okay, now Sharonda, now I'm ready. Maybe 5 years later, right? And she may be like, hey, now I'm ready. And that's when you hype her up.
Mm, mm.
Because you can't move people before they're ready. You can still always encourage them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can always encourage them. And
But
at some point, if you're always complaining, I'm going to be like, what are you going to do about it? Because what we're going to do is stop talking about it. Either you're going to have a plan or you only get 2 minutes to bitch about this. Give them a time limit. You got 2 minutes because this is a broken record and you keep going over the same thing, but you don't want to do what's necessary to make change in your life. So we're not going to continue to belabor it. You're either going to, what they say, piss or get off the pot.
that part, because you can't talk to me about both things. You just I don't have the capacity to listen to you. I don't even like to go to my own doggone pity party. What makes you think I'm gonna be present for yours?
Yeah, I'm going to give you a little bit of time, but then we're going to get a resolution. And sometimes you have to ask people, do you want a resolution or do you just want to vent?
Okay, that's fair.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes they don't want a resolution, but you don't get to vent.
I would much rather
Resolution?
take that doggone energy and turn it into something positive.
Yeah, I had to ask my friends because I was going through something with one of our another one of our friends, and I was like, I feel like every time I talk to you, it's the same thing. And I don't want that. And they were like, no, we talk about other things. I say, I hope so. I said, because what I don't want to be is that person. But sometimes you have to keep going back to that point because it's your way of getting out of whatever that stress or whatever that situation. So maybe her keep talking through it every time it moves her closer to making a move. But making moves are scary. And sometimes they're not ready and they have to keep talking because they're trying to talk themselves out of it because they don't believe in themselves. That's how I feel. Is they, they maybe don't believe that they would be successful in, or they don't feel worthy of, I don't know, right? But all we can do is be there to support. But we have to set some boundaries around it. You're not going to get to just continue to talk about it, bitch about it, complain about it. What are we doing about it? How are we moving the needle forward so that this issue that you have in your career, in your relationship, in your friendship, in your personal life gets resolved, gets worked on? That we're focusing on the positive outcome we want, not the negativeness that we're feeling today. And I'm talking to me like I'm talking to everybody else.
Because Because sometimes they might have an excuse for every solution you present. Like, you know what? I'm tired. I can't.
We're not, yeah. But that's just because they're not ready up here. Okay? Trevor Otts always says, wherever you got to in life, your mind got there first.
Absolutely.
And if you're busy telling yourself that you can't, then you can't. If you're busy telling yourself you won't, you won't. Don't have, won't have, can't be, can't do. You're correct. Because your mind is going to control everything. And as you keep speaking it out of your mouth, the universe is giving you what you speak into existence. You're speaking more lack into existence. So as a friend, I'm going to try and steer you out of the lack and into abundance talk, growth mindset. Because we have to do that for one another. Because sometimes we've been through so much and we've been put down so much that we don't even have the capacity to step in on our own behalf. And that's when our friends have to step in for us and be like, hey, Lee, what's going on? You've been real negative about blah, blah, blah. How do I help you get past this? What do you need in this instance? Because what I don't want is you to continue doing this. We're not going to continue to have these conversations. And those are sometimes the hard things, that hard conversations and hard boundaries you have to set with people. And yes, your life's going to get busy, but you have to prioritize your friends. People make time, and I am a firm believer of this, and I will say this to your face. If people prioritize and make time for and are intentional about the things they want to be, they will move heaven and earth for the things that they want. And if I see you doing it for other people and you don't, and yet you cannot do that same level for me, then that just means we are not that level of friends or that close of friends. And I need to adjust myself because I thought we were friends up here and we are more associates. And that's okay. Because now I know where to act and how to engage. And I can have that conversation with you that says, hey, I am interested in us being friends on this level. Is that something you're interested in, Sharonda? Because I see that we're kind of unequally matched in our assumptions of this friendship. Is this something that we are both looking to put effort into? Because if not, then cool. My step back is I'm going to follow your lead and I'm going to match the level that you're at. And that's okay. Because I'm going to put more time and energy into those relationships that are mutual. But we have to have those conversations so that you know where you stand, they know where they stand, and you both know where you want to go in this relationship, platonic, business, romantic. It don't matter. You have to nurture all of those. And you have to be willing to put in the effort, but sometimes you have to be willing to cut the cord.
I'm sorry.
Go on, clap on that 'cause I felt like I needed a clap moment.
Where'd the hour go? Can somebody tell me?
I don't know. But you see, we have been doing so much better at sticking to our time, Sharonda.
Yeah.
We getting so much better. So do you have any final words for the people?
Protect your peace.
Does it?
Full sentence. That was a period.
That was an exclamation mark. That's what I felt. I felt it
Trying
was
not to yell and stuff, but maybe sometimes I should. It could be an exclamation point too. Protect your peace.
Do you want to tell the people where they can
Nope.
find you?
Nope, I don't want to tell the people what it
Figured, no, I figured I wasn't, you see, I didn't even put it up this time. You
I
see,
don't
I
want
didn't even put it up.
I don't. They can find me on all socials, but I don't know if I want to do anybody else's books. I just.
Well, what we'll change it up for next time is if you would like to connect with Sharonda and just have a chat maybe or something, maybe she'll give y'all her social medias next week. Maybe Thursday she'll give it to you. We'll see how she's feeling about y'all.
I ain't hard to find.
She not.
As
Sharonda Finley, you look her up, you gonna find her. You gonna find her. So for me, I would say, again, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So you really need to choose your tribe wisely. Surround yourself with people who are going to lift you higher, who challenge you to grow, and who celebrate your successes just like they were your own.
Yes.
Because you deserve a tribe that empowers you to be your best self. If you feel like the tribe you're in they're not bringing out, but when you're around that tribe, the you that comes out is not the you that you want to be in the world. You have to make the choice to change that. Now, sometimes that's hard because we have emotional attachments to these people. But sometimes we have to back up for our own sanity, for our own internal safety. Find the tribe that empowers you to be your best.
Yes.
And as always, you can head on over to wakeuphappysis.com, sign up on our mailing list. Okay, we've got the anthology coming out soon. You need to look. Thursday, you guys, I'm gonna give you guys a little bit more about the anthology. We'll have a whole commercial by then. So make sure you just go to wakeuphappysis.com, get signed up on the mailing list so that you can stay in the know of the things. Because we talk about these things and more. Because we're all about empowering you to live your best, happy, healing, and fulfilling life. For you to find out what true freedom is and fulfillment is for you. So, with that, I want to thank y'all for joining us today. Okay. Alone, we can do so little. Together, we can do so much. So, make sure that you keep it locked and loaded to the Wake Up Happy Sis show every morning, Monday and Thursday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. And we'll be back on Thursday with another fabulous show. Thursday, we're going to be talking about from hobby to empire, monetizing your passion. Okay? So make sure you keep it locked and loaded. And with that, we're out. See you later. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Wake Up Happy Sis